All right, here at No Reserve we have our super hard to find 1995 Ford F150 regular cab short bed 4x4. It's hard to find because the Eddie Bauer package is just a killer option on this truck, and it's really hard to find in the regular cab shorty. There's a lot of two-wheel drives, but the 4x4s are hard to find. It's always been a Washington truck, so it's completely rust-free. It's got the 5-liter V8 with the automatic overdrive transmission. It's a mass airflow truck, which is nice. It's really nice paint and body. It has had some paint work done on it a long time ago. It has equal wear and tear to, a truck of this age, and so we'll kind of get into that right now. We'll take you over to the driver's side start, but look how clear these headlights are. I mean, these things are usually all fogged out and orange and just an amazing condition. It hasn't had any front end impact or anything. All the bolts still have the paint on them for the fenders and hood and haven't been messed with. But you got a scratch on the hood right here. Looks like maybe it bumped into something here and it put a little stress crack in the paint. There's some small scratches there. You can't feel them. There's a couple little scratches, kind of like somebody setting something on the hood. And then you have a little chip right there. So I'll take you around to the driver's side. The bumper's in good shape. The moldings, are starting to get a little bit faded. It's just got some dried wax in here, but that stuff comes right off. So if you see any of that white, that's what that is. The lower valance is still in good shape. It hasn't been hooked on a curb or pulled off or anything. You got a little scratch right there. You can get your fingernail in it and feel that one. Looks like something, this is common if someone's washing it and they put their knee up here. Luckily they didn't bend this in or anything, but you can get this trim piece, and I might even have one, so if we do, we'll throw it in with the truck. It just slides in here and slides in the other side. No paint lifting issues. And the only reason I say it's been painted is because I've been over this thing. I thought it was an original paint truck when we first bought it, but you can see that there's evidence that it's been repainted. You can see the spray over right there in some areas, and then I'll also take you to one of the flaws on the balance here. You can see right here where the paint is lifting a little bit or chipping underneath the trim, and you can see the original white paint underneath it. But it's a beautiful job. It looks great. No orange peel. Nice smooth glossy feel. But also here's a chip that's been touched up, or it's chipped to the lower original paint. But I'll take you back over here to the driver's side. Some of the door felts got some kind of dry cracks in them, but the rubbers are in nice shape. Your mirrors got a couple each side's got a couple little marks where maybe it hit like a carport or garage coming in, but they're still in good shape. They're not cracked or falling off or anything. The chrome on the front side of the mirrors, the plastic chromes, and the grill, you can have these little tiny peppering is what they call it, little tiny stone chips, but they still look great. The coves and the grill are still a nice gray color. There's a little ding right there in the door with no paint damage, a little ding right there, and then you get your kind of entry chips on the door edge and some little scratches from fingernails and keys. Take you along the rocker. Here's an amazing condition. It just has some entry wear here. Usually you have a ton of stone chips, but you just got a bunch of little tiny ones. Hopefully you can see those, but there's not that many. I mean, it's really smooth. I guess it had running boards on it for most of its life, but those are no longer on the truck. There's a little chip right there in the paint, a little chip right there. Looks like maybe something was resting against it and was rubbing or something like that. There's a little scratch and chip right there. The front of the bulkhead's not all smashed into the bed. It's still nice and straight. The paint behind the bed and the cab is really nice. Got a little ding right there, kind of like the door, with no paint damage. I mentioned that chip before. But the bed sides are in really nice shape. I think it pretty much had a canopy on it, because you don't have a lot of those side loading scratches that you often get. You will get some really faint ones that you could probably get in there and buff out, but they're not into the paint or into the primer or anything like that. Each piece of trim does have a little bit of scuffing on it. They're 22-year-old polished aluminum stainless trim, It's got the Alcoa wheels with 31-inch BFG all-terrains. They got a ton of tread left. But you can see along here, there's just, you got some stone chips and stuff like that, but really nice shape. You got a little bit of scratches right there. You got the diamond plate bed rail, bed protectors all the way around, even on the front of the cab. It's got original Ford drop-in plastic bed liner. You can see it's a little faded. But you got some chips along here, kind of like your standard tailgate stuff. But this is what I was talking about. That's why I think it's had a canopy on this most of the life, because a lot of trucks kind of have that same wear on the bed sides, but the bed sides, especially the passenger side, is amazing. You got a little chip in the lower pinstripe. Looks like they missed the ball hitch a couple times. On the right side, there's a little bit of contact there. Paint's rubbed a little bit there. You get in the, it's got a little cut in the paint there and a little slice. Tiny little chip, but no side loading scratches. Little kind of squiggly scratch right there. Hopefully you can see. Really faint. Little kind of chipped up on the pinstriping. You know, you got a little chip right here by the door handle. A little bit of the paint is chipped around the keyhole, and you can see that's the original paint right down there. Again, got a little mark on the mirror. Looks, the passenger side door felts are in good shape. They don't have any cracks or anything like that. But it's for a set of 4 for inside and outside. It's about $50. It's a really good deal. You can get them on LMC Truck or Amazon or eBay. You know, got a couple little marks on the trims. Little scuff in the paint right there. It's got the automatic 4-wheel drive hubs. So this truck doesn't. It's in really nice shape. It's all original. Even the stereo is original. It's got a little mark, a little slit in the vinyl there. There's a couple little scuffs that probably you could get to clean up. There's a couple little marks on the top of the plastic dash, but the headliner's nice. No holes, no sagging. All the sun visors are in good shape. No door sag. All the hinges are nice and clean. You got a couple little marks in the door panel. But other than that, you might just have some little kind of wear marks and stuff like that, but otherwise, you know, you got a little wear area here, but it's in really nice shape. Has a small crack right here in the cargo area, but it doesn't smell like a smoker truck. It doesn't smell like smoke in here at all or anything, but it does have, I'm not sure if these are burns or just kind of wear marks, because they're in kind of a couple weird areas. There's just a couple little kind of knoll marks in the material, no holes. Side plastics are in good shape. Sometimes people get their foot caught on this and pull off the plastic. Little crack right there, but again, very minimal. The underside of this truck, the body and frames, in really nice condition. We got a ton of pictures. Hopefully you guys can check out. Again, the really nice door panel, just kind of little, you know, wear of 22 years. You know, little tiny little marks, but no cracks in the plastics, no holes. It's not pulled away. There's a little bit of chipping right in here. Not too sure what that would be from, but you can see the inner door felts on both sides are in good condition. Steering wheel's in good shape. Really clear gauges. You know, all the plastic in the dash, besides a couple of those little marks, is perfect. Driver's seat has a little bit of wear on the entry here, but there's no, again, the material's not pulled away, it's not cut, it's just kind of worn off a little bit. And then you have a couple of those little marks again, but I'm not too sure what those would be from. It doesn't smell like pet, doesn't smell like dog either. It's got rubber floor mats. We got pictures of this truck with the mats out and stuff, so you have a little bit of darkening around where your feet go on the driver and passenger side. But I'll go ahead and pop the hood too. And then we have a cold start video, and we have a driving video too that hopefully you guys can check out. But you know, no check engine lights. It's had a full tune-up done by a mechanic. Fresh oil change. You can see it's really clean underneath the hood. You can see the bolts have never been messed with. Really clean motor. You know, it's not spotless by any means. You know, it hasn't been steam cleaned. You know, you got your little dirt and grease you'll see there, but it's cool to still see the decals. You'll see, you know, the original markings from the assembly line on the radius arms. For 22 years, you'll see that little white mark on the radius arm there. You know, the bushings have been replaced not too long ago for the radius arms. But and decals underneath are nice and clear. So this is going to be going at no reserve, and it's our 95 regular cab shorty, 4x4 80 Bauer. So good luck.